Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Monday, April 17th. So today we will see the moon move out of this Pisces energy and edge into Aries energy. Of course, we are already very much in the eclipse energy, and now we are moving into the new moon window as well. Of course, we have the new moon solar eclipse taking place at 29 degrees in Aries, so we aren't going to see that until, well, many of us, the 20th. However, we are in the Aries energy. We are building up to this peak energy, and things are going to start getting a little bit crazy, a little bit chaotic, a little bit whack. Okay, so Mondays are naturally ruled over by the moon anyways, and seeing as we have 8 different aspects here today and all 8 involve the moon, we are definitely in for a moon type of day. What does that mean? We're highly emotional, we're super sensitive, we're picking up on the subtle energies in our environment, in our surroundings. We are processing things from a spiritual observation point, which means that there are some aha moments that will be coming through, some epiphanies coming through on the spiritual life lessons that we're currently in, that we're currently wrapping up, and that we are currently moving into. So we will have that moon in Pisces go void, of course, at 2:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will lock into that Aries energy at 9:10 p.m. So a little bit of a chunk of time there where things are going to be very shaky, very unstable. Keep in mind that the Pisces to Aries transit is always about endings, always about closure, always about wrapping things up, kind of unwinding as we prepare to start fresh, which of course the Aries energy supports us in doing. So right out of the gate, we do have the moon in Pisces making a sextile, a beautiful interaction with Uranus. Uranus, of course, the great awakener in this Taurus energy, trying to show us where aha moments, epiphanies need to kind of be downloaded into our highest intellect to see where our attachments are in this physical realm. Now, this is a sextile, which means that this is a beautiful energy. So this is going to bring a change in perspective, a change in mood, a change in attitude. We're feeling good. We're having a lot of insight. We're piecing things together. We're making the connection. And overall, we are kind of settling into a contentment type of perspective and understanding with some of the tougher emotions that we've been having to process and having to grow through. The moon will semi-square the true node, which of course is a little bit of a tension point, a little bit of a conflict. And this is going to highlight for us where it is that we're still trying to kind of plan and strategize how it is that we're going to move forward. This could illuminate where there are still blockages in our growth, in our healing, preventing us from moving forward as we would wish. Again, we talked about this in the ascension forecast for this week about how we've been praying for change and how we are still kind of having our hands consumed, dipped into the past when we should be kind of freeing up our hands to open them to the blessings, to the rewards, to the opportunities that are coming at us in the here and now and setting us up for future endeavors. This particular energy is going to highlight where it is that we still have some issues that we have to process, that we have to sort through before we are going to get our heart and head on the same page. And of course, those two are essential before we can take action in our physical body and our physical realms and start making the changes and transformations that we are kind of sorting and processing through in our inner realm. The moon in Pisces will go ahead and make an interaction with Jupiter, the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, abundance, blessings, who of course is already in this Aries energy. This is definitely going to magnify whatever attitude, whatever perspective, whatever motion we're currently feeling. Jupiter tends to magnify, turn the volume all the way up on whatever state it is that we're currently in. And with the moon in Pisces, of course, we are very hypersensitive, very in touch with our emotions. We do lack a little bit of spiritual and energetic boundaries. And so we do pick up on the subtle energies in our environment from other people. But basically, we're starting to see the spiritual layers of the tough love life lessons that we're in. Jupiter, of course, represents blessings and abundance, that we get from the tough love life lessons that we go through. This is like the spiritual wisdom, the spiritual warrior aha moment. And so there is a magnifying glass, if you will, really illuminating for us where it is that there are opportunities for growth. There are opportunities for expansion in our belief system, in our heart space, in our mental plane, by looking at the tough love life lessons and the tougher emotions and thoughts that we are trying to process and pluck out what it is that we're supposed to be learning. So this is like a revelation, if you will, of the current spiritual life lessons that are coming at us and what it is that we're supposed to be learning from them. The moon in Pisces will make a positive interaction with Venus. Venus, of course, and this Gemini energy, really kind of stuck up in the mental plane, exploring curiosity, new interests. We are definitely looking to experiment, to spice up life just a tad. We are recognizing where it is that we're discontent, where we're bored in life, especially with our routines and our relationships. This is a positive interaction, so it means that we are acting as the observer. We are seeing things from a different set of eyes and therefore identifying what it is that we want, need, and desire. And this is likely going to push us into a realm where we're going to have to very seriously debate on whether or not we are willing to be bold and brave and courageous enough at this particular point in time to put ourselves out there, to initiate new elements, topics, themes in our lives, and really kind of go after what it is that our curiosity is asking for us to pursue. The moon will then bump into, conjunct Neptune, its ruler. Of course, Neptune is in its place of power in Pisces energy. Now, this is definitely going to be a lot of energy. What do I mean? Well, we could see let's say a emphasis on where it is that we have to slow down, where it is that we have to kind of let go, where we have to surrender, where we have to unwind, where we have to go with the flow. Or you could be in a state of resistance and, of course, feel this in a overwhelming kind of way where it is that you're having a hard time going with the flow, having a hard time slowing down, having a hard time wrapping up, and instead trying to force things to happen when we're not in the stage of life in order for those things to actually be brought to life. This particular moon in Pisces, we're very empathetic, we're very compassionate, we're very sensitive, and we're very spiritually focused. But all of that could be thrown out the window and we could really tap into the shadow realm of these aspects, which means that we are overwhelmed with our physical reality. We're overwhelmed with emotions. We don't know how to process it anymore. Instead, we want to detach, disassociate from life, kind of avoid reality altogether. I would hope that we could lean into the positive aspects of this particular energy, find new inspiration, be a little bit more motivated, having a little bit more of a spiritual understanding why we're going through what it is that we're going through. But again, we do have the opportunity to tap into the shadow realm element of this. And this is definitely paralyzing if you allow it to take over your emotional realm. So we have the moon going void, of course, shortly after. We have this overwhelming sensitivity, overwhelming emotion brought into our awareness. While the moon is still in Pisces energy, but void, we have the moon interacting with the sun. So the sun, of course, shining a bright light in this Aries energy on where it is that we have to start fresh, where we have to be bold, brave, courageous enough to take the lead, to go out into the world, initiate something new, especially where new passions and desires are concerned. The moon has us looking back, attached to the past. And in Pisces energy, we need to kind of look back. We need to recognize what it is that we're holding on to for dear life, and we need to let it go. What we have here is an opportunity to see where it is that we are preventing our ability to start fresh, to create something new, because of our inability to let go of certain topics, certain themes, certain people, certain ideas, certain feelings, certain memories that, of course, are very rooted in our past. We lock into that Aries energy, 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The moon in Aries goes ahead, semi-squares with Mercury. Mercury, of course, rules over the mental plane, rules over information, communication, and how we express ourselves. Mercury, of course, in this Taurus energy, very grounded, very tunnel visioned on the here and now, on our physical experiences. We're looking to stabilize. We're looking to enjoy ourselves. However, Mercury growing more and more unconscious. Why is that? Because we're in a pre-retrograde period. He will be going retrograde on the 21st. The closer we get to the 21st, the more our intellect shuts down in order for our emotions and intuition to lead. And of course, the moon being our emotions and Mercury being our headspace, the semi-square is illuminating where it is that we are not on the same page. Of course, we could understand that because the moon, being in Aries energy, wants to cut the cord with the past, just wants to take a risk, wants to act on impulse, wants to move out in the world, wants to really kind of be a little bit more straightforward and direct with what it is that we want to pursue. While Mercury, of course, in this Taurus energy needs to kind of remain focused, balanced, grounded. We're not really looking to start anything new. We're looking to stabilize what we've already brought into existence. And therefore, we have a little bit of a bridge, a little bit of a gap between our heart and our head. And we're actively going to see that gap kind of be more emphasized as we reach that peak eclipse energy. The moon in Aries will sextile Pluto in this Aquarian energy, the great transformer himself. Now, this is a sextile. This is a positive energy. So emotionally speaking, we are ready to kind of cut the cord with a lot of those emotions that have been holding us down, holding us back. Pluto, of course, does the deep dive in the psyche because that's where change has to happen first. We have to flip that domino in our psyche, reframe some things, rewrite the script on some things. That changes our emotions. And the minute that we get our heart and our head in alignment on a new page, on a new perspective, in a new agreement, we can go ahead and start taking action in our physical realm to start kind of maneuvering, reorganizing, restructuring what needs attention in order for us to actually mirror our inner realm with our outer realm. Of course, we're all about empowerment with this Plutonian energy, and sometimes we have to sit in the funk, sit in the darkness in order to rise up in it. Now, this is a sextile, so this is working good for us, and we're going to use this fiery energy that the moon in Aries is now in order to burn the cord, burn the attachments, cleanse ourselves, purify ourselves, to start fresh, to really boss up, to take control, to have a new placement of authority in our lives, and really position ourselves with what it is that we have to change, what it is that we have to transform.